I was a first generation student, so that means that I was the first of my family to go to college. So when I talk to you today, it's not just about Virginia State University, it's also about this college altogether. Okay? So how many of us understand merit-based? What does merit mean? What does merit mean, sir?
Academics.
Academics, you mean more?
Like grades, transcript lists.
Yep. So we give merit-based scholarships automatically through the MA, right? So if your grades are looking good, right? Your GPA, your ranking, your test scores, things like that, they look good, we will give you an automatic scholarship. So we give out $10,000. Somebody say 10,000. 10,000. You got 10,000 automatically if you have a 3.75 or higher, the 3 AP IB or D classes, or you're the top 50% of the class. Right? Are we taking any AP classes? Yeah. We got D. You mean dual enrollment? Taking any dual enrollment classes?
Yeah.
All right. What about IB? Anybody know what IB means?
And like it's kind of like dual enrollment, but international.
It means international. Well, international baccalaureate means that you can take that credit anywhere. Right? AP and DE are more so U.S. bound. IB means that you can go to Jamaica and take that credit what you want to. Right? So I mean, different high schools offer different things, and we kind of do that to level the playing field. Because everybody's coming from different kind of high schools, so we want to make sure we give you different options. You can also get the scholarship if you're high class ranking as well. Y'all school do class ranking? Not every high school does that. We're good, wonderful. All right. So anybody ever heard of CLEP? What's CLEP? Tell us.
It's basically like you can get college credits by just doing like tests and
yes. You know more than me because I didn't know that when I was going to school. Like the one told me, right? I had a senior come from Colorado. She CLEP'd her entire freshman year, right? Saved her family billions of dollars, right? Just from CLEPing classes, right? So yes, if your school, in case it doesn't offer AP, DE, or IB courses and things like that, you can CLEP a class, right? It's offered through College Board, the same organization that does SATs, right? Go to testing center, pay $90, CLEP a class. Now it may seem like a lot on the front end, but on the back end, you save so much money in college, right? When you CLEP our classes, we're talking about the same courses you're already doing now in high school, right? So y'all taking, especially seniors, at least 4 years of English, right? 3 years of math, 2 or 3 years of sciences. So you should know some Gen A when it comes down to like Spanish, French, sociology, history, things like that. You can go CLEP those classes and be done with them, right? So rather than doing them again in college. So you can do it. We actually encourage our freshmen to do it over the break period too, right? And doing your freshman year or your sophomore year, okay? All right, so this is the MPC, Multi-Purpose Center. This is the center where we do a lot of different events. You'll see, we're gonna walk through a little bit later. Anybody know what's going on October 1st? You have no idea. It's not even, don't even exist in the world. What's that? No, not homecoming. Although it is happening in October. And it's a time. We'll get to that in a second. And you're definitely invited. So what, October 1st, what's going on? Yes, sir.
Five.
What was that?
5.
No, sir.
But that is October 1st.
Okay, thank you. That's where the money is.
Well, I'm talking about a national event.
Oh, national.
A national event.
National October.
No.
What?
No. Come on, y'all, help me out. National event. All right, I'm gonna give you a hint. We're the first HBCU to host it. We're the first HBCU to host this event. Man, come on. Wow, y'all. Anybody, okay. Did y'all all drive in through 95 off Colonial Heights? Y'all see that big Jumbotron coming into campus? There was a ad there that is talking about this event. So that's the most hints I can give you. Yes, it's a debate. Which one? Presidential debate. Yes, presidential debate. It's going to be here. You're actually in the building that is going to happen in, right? So we're the first HBC. Somebody say first. First HBC to host president's debate. It's a really big deal. Huge deal. We get to host it here. It'll be in this center, right? So this center sits in actually Ettrick, Virginia. So Virginia State University is in between 3 different communities. This is Ettrick, Virginia. You came in probably through Colonial Heights, and at the front of campus is Petersburg, Virginia. Right, so we're in the middle of those 3. We have a 400-acre farm about 4 miles down the road that will actually go down this way. We also own an apartment that we just bought last year called Ettrick Apartments, right, a mile down the road. And so our shuttle buses take students back and forth to them. They are upperclassmen. They're staying out. So we own this area over here. So you'll see the center in a little bit later in the day. Above us, there's athletic suite that has 21 different clubs. We have bowling, golf, tennis, basketball, anything that you think of, all in between. We don't have wrestling, we don't have hockey or swimming, right? We get a lot of questions about that. But we recently just started soccer and lacrosse as well. So men's and women's soccer team, men's and women's lacrosse team. Right, bring a lot of different diversity to campus. We have people coming from all over, like Missouri, Texas, Canada, California, Las Vegas. We got a lot of New York students. We're actually 18% New York, right, of our overall population, and we are 30% out of state. On your brochures, it says 4,600. That's actually old number. Our new number for our total enrollment is 5,185. All right, so we are the fastest growing institution in the state of Virginia, 2 years running. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of different things on campus that you're going to have the student leaders kind of take you through, show you the different buildings, show you like our medium-sized classroom, our large-sized classrooms, so you can kind of compare and contrast what the state is about. Okay, what are y'all interested in seeing on campus today? What do y'all want to see?
Biology department.
Biology, okay. We do that. You too? Bio, okay. What's that? Neuroscience. Gotcha. Okay. What about y'all? Anything else? Biology. Okay. All right. Well, was that psychology? Okay. So what you we're going to show you, and for those who are exploring other majors, we got you. What you're going to see is probably 2 different buildings, right? We're going to take you through Hunter McDaniel's and engineering building, and all of those buildings, a lot of our buildings will have like a certain name or be dedicated to a certain, I guess, major or majors. What you need to understand is that we're at capacity right now when it comes to classrooms. So there's a bigger building that you'll see a lot of construction when you get to campus in the middle of it being built. It's going to be called the Academic Commons, a new Harris Halls, named after our founder. And it's going to have 110 academic spaces, 50 faculty spaces, Olympic-sized swimming pool, indoor track, and a black box theater. It's a huge building, right? Massive. Actually even bigger than this, but we're going to walk through in a second. And so because that building is now offline, that means that other classrooms are now dispersed, right? And so let's say, for example, you are a psychology major and you have a psychology class at 1 o'clock. If there's a classroom available in the engineering building, your class would be in the engineering building, right? So I don't want you to get so locked into like, oh, my classroom is going to be in this building. If there's a lab space or a computer space or a classroom space available at that time and it needs to sit 25 people, then you may be in the building. Okay? That's just for now, for this upcoming year until the building is finished. And you'll see what it looks like in a second. What you also want to see today is definitely as we see students walk by and stuff like that, talk to them, get to know them. You'll see our different residence hall options. You won't be able to go inside the residence halls, but you'll be able to see what they look like. And if you want to like go even more in depth, you can do our 360 tour on it. Okay. Any questions before we get started? I mean, y'all gotta talk to me. Come on, we gotta build a rapport here, y'all. Come on. Y'all don't buy any events on campus. Y'all want to know about what student life is like. I mean, the students are going to come up in a second. Say what?
How the dorm life like?
Okay, I'm going to let Jayla answer that because so she can tell you from her authentic experience. Okay, we have over 16 different residence halls, mixed between traditional and non-traditional. Non-traditional is the residence halls that are either suite style or apartment style, and then the traditional are the ones that are usually you have a roommate, and then there's a community living space and community bathroom. Right.
I was going to ask, what sport, what division sports are y'all in?
We're Division II, and I would be like, what's the best team? I think this is the year of the women's sports, right? Across all genres, across APC, PWIs, because I feel like women are just tearing it out the game right now. I will say that our women's basketball team did really well. Men's, it was not so much, right? I mean, it wasn't this year. I would say also our football team did phenomenally well. We lost. I think we went 7. I reckon 7-2 last year, and we lost the second to last game to the worst team in the conference, which is crazy. I think we went out just too cocky. We were 7-0 at that point. Hey y'all, welcome. We were 7-0, so we just went out there too cocky and lost the game. So it is what it is. Our track team wins every year. Our lacrosse women's team is pretty good. Soccer men's, they are here on campus, but they haven't started playing just yet. Our golf team is pretty good, and tennis team is phenomenal. So we do well in sports. Any other questions? So we understand merit-based, right? Anybody understands what academic scholarships mean?
Yes.
What's that?
That is based off basically what you did inside of your school.
Not quite. An academic scholarship is offered to you based on your major alone, right? So what majors do you think are giving the most money out right now? Hey, welcome. What major? Computer science. Yes. Computer science is giving out a lot of money, right? They give out incentives for at $5,000, $9,000, $15,000, and $22,000 just for being a computer science major. That is outside of your other 8. Wow, I know, right? What else do you think is giving out money? Who else? No, not directly.
Engineering?
No, not yes. Engineering, yes. Engineering's giving out a lot of money. Ma'am? Unfortunately not. No, ma'am. Who's giving out the most money right now? Y'all didn't think y'all was gonna get a test today. Y'all just
Criminal
striking.
justice?
Ma'am?
Criminal justice, like
No.
for
Unfortunately not. You would think so.
Pre-med?
No, not median, not pre-med. This is fun. I like this. No, not pre-law. No, not marketing. No. So what?
Is it tech related?
No, it's not tech related.
Agriculture.
Agriculture, yes sir. Agriculture. Y'all like to eat? All right, we're a little hungry right now. I can go for a little bite right now. Yes, agriculture, right? It's more than just about food science. It's a lot more to ag than that. You have pre-veterinary science. You have plant science. You have environmental science. You have agribusiness. You just mentioned business, right? Y'all anybody know what agribusiness is? Boom. Somebody has to do HR, payroll, administration, management. Somebody has to order supplies, right? Petroleum, gas is related to agriculture as well. Ag got money. Ag has, on our campus, Ag has over 4 different buildings. Bit more than engineering. Engineering has 1 building, right? Now it's a nice size building. It looks nice, all cool, and all the little gadgets and manufacturing mechanical stuff. But man, yeah, Ag has a lot of money. So if you are interested, definitely start to explore. So especially, I know seniors, if you want to change your major, you can explore. But those who are juniors and sophomores in the room, definitely start to do some Google research and find out what all about agribusiness. Because if you are going for biology, let's say you want to go pre-med, as you mentioned pre-med earlier, right? So let's say you're going for nursing, or you want to go for pre-med or be a PT, right? Those same courses at the bachelor's level are offered in pre-med as well, right? All the biologies, all the ologies, ecology, biochemistry, all the anatomy and physiology, all those things are offered in the pre-vet in environmental science. So you can do that as your bachelor's degree, get your degree paid for, and then switch gears for your master's or your postgraduate studies later on. Right, it's a hustle to it, right? Same thing for agribusiness, right? Those who want to go in marketing, management, accounting, finance, you get all that in agribusiness too, right? But your degree paid for. Wish those things I knew when I was going to school. They didn't tell me that. I had no idea about agribusiness or agriculture altogether, but hey, you live, you learn, you educate others, right? So great question. So that is academic. So everybody know what the FAFSA is?
Yes.
Everybody know what the FAFSA? What's the FAFSA?
Federal Student.
That's the acronym?
Yeah. Federal Student Aid. Yeah.
What's the first letter in FAFSA? Free. A lot of people don't know that. I paid $85 for a free application because I didn't know any better. Right? So make sure that when you finish your time to fill out, those are junior, sophomores, freshmen, or when your family members or friends, make sure when they fill out, they're filling out a free application. It should be free. Right? That's the first letter. It's free student. Come on, right? That's a free application for federal student aid. That's the whole acronym. Okay? So FAFSA gives you a couple of funds. They say, okay, hey, you get a grant, you get X amount of offering loans, and then your scholarship says, okay, you get $10,000 for merit because you are high performing coming out of high school, and because you're also computer science, you get another additional 9. Those 3 sources come together to equal your aid. So let's say, for example, college costs $20,000, but you get awarded $25,000 to go to school. What's the difference in those two numbers? $5,000. Where's that money go? To you. Refund. What do you do with that refund check?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. What you want to do with your refund check? Shoes. I blew mine, okay? I got paid to go to college. I blew mine. I went to school on a band scholarship, full ride, and with all the other resources I had as well. Got paid. I went to Daytona Beach. We had a fun time. I went to Gulf Shores. Oh, yeah, I blew my check. Oh, TV. I had a Zoom back then. They had Zooms. To the iPods. Oh, yeah, I blew my check, okay? Now, the next year, I did a lot better with it. First year, I acted crazy. Right? But it's what you earn, right? If you do well right now, like I said, seniors is too late. What's done is done. But those who are juniors and sophomores and freshmen, as you go on in your career, right, it matters so much. Do not let your foot off the gas. Take the harder classes. Take the AP classes, the DE classes. Don't let me tell you no. Take those classes. Okay? All right, so I won't talk your head out because I like to talk. But we're going to be changing in a second. Any other questions before I bring up one of your student leaders? Okay, well, I'll see y'all at the end of your tour. I'll make sure I get somebody real quick. Oh, actually, let me bring up Miss Tamika Johnson Dover. Hey, Ms. Johnson.
My name is Tamika Johnson Dover. I am the C Campus Director here at Virginia State. And C Campus stands for Child Care Access Meeting Parents in School. When I was here in the 90s, had a son, and oftentimes when people have children, they stop out. We're here to say you don't have to stop out. because we have supports in place, just like traditional students. You don't have to roll your eyes, things happen. But she might have a friend that's in need. And so we do have a grant through the Department of Education that allows us to pay for childcare. So we know that our student parents can get to class. We also have student parent housing. It's not on this campus, but it's at our university apartments. And so how that happens is we have two parents within an apartment. Each of them have their own large size rooms, bathrooms, and they share a common area, the washer and dryer, the living room, and the kitchen. We also make sure that we have events and that we have a two-generation approach. And that is everybody should have the opportunity to further their education. And so if I see my parents going through the journey and becoming educated and earning a degree, then that's most likely the trajectory of their children. And so I do have two parents here. The one thing that I would love to say, and I am super proud about our student parents, they have multiple jobs, do multiple things, and the bare GPA that I currently have is a 3.5 GPA. And so these two women are representatives of those things. We have a mom that's on the basketball team. We have a dad here that is the head drum major of our band, and we have a lot of things that are in place. We have a mom that graduates on May 11th, and she's commissioned in the Army as a second lieutenant. And so things that used to be hard or difficult are no longer difficult, because we are trying to make sure that we put that two-generation approach in and put those services in place. But I'm gonna allow them to speak on their journey. And if it's not you, you may have a peer or a friend or somebody in your community that actually could benefit what Virginia State has to offer them.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jamisha Johnson. I have two little girls. My major is social work, but I want to say I'm very proud of y'all for being here today, because y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all are here, and this is the first step of your future. And every day that you get up, it's another day to build your future and your legacy. But as for me, I started school in 2021. It's been very, very hard, as she mentioned. It's hard for a lot of us student parents, but you know, we just get up every day and we just go at it and we just do it with tears in our eyes. We are each other's support system because we are non-traditional students. We also connect with traditional students that connect with us on another level, because they say, oh, well, my mom was a student parent and she didn't have that type of help. So, you know, whether we are, you know, student parents that have different things going on in our lives, we still connect with traditional students, and they love us just like we love them. I want to say that when you come, and if you decide to come here, you have a lot of support system. There's a lot of organizations that you could be a part of, but your GPA has to be there. So when you first start as a freshman, you can't slack. I don't care if you want to sleep, I don't care if you want to go to that frat party, whatever have you. You have a choice and a decision. So if you feel like, okay, you got a paper due at 11:59, and you said, okay, my homeboys already did their work, but they going, but I ain't gonna do my work, that's your choice. But then you also have a choice to be better and to show your friends, hey, you could do something other than what you're doing. You are going to face obstacles, whether you're a student parent or whether you're just a regular kid in school. You're going to face it. I know a lot of people don't have parents. I'm the first in my family, and I know probably a lot of you probably are the first generation of y'all family, so it's a lot of weight on your shoulder. You're the black sheep of the family. And you gotta make every day that you wake up, you gotta make sure like you achieve more than you achieved the last day. At the same time, don't be afraid to ask for help. Please don't be afraid. Don't just, if you mentally messed up, if too much get hectic, get someone help. There's so many people that will help you, because a lot of us have been through it. And the last thing I would say, just shine bright. Whatever you want to do, don't let nobody stop you. If you want to join organizations, Greek organizations, shine bright. Don't let nobody dim your light. They knock you down, they tell you no. Show up every day until somebody open the door and tell you yes. Because the only person who can tell you no is you. That's it.
Ooh, how I'm gonna follow that one up? Good morning, y'all. I am Shaquita Christian. I am actually a freshman. I have a 5-year-old son. He's a lot, but it's okay. Because I come to school every day that I have a class, I come. You build your foundation on your GPA on your first freshman year. So you want to make sure that you go to your classes and you do your work. And don't be scared if you are struggling or you need some help. We have different opportunities where you can receive that help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You can ask for help, you can get assistance. We have tutoring, we have an ACE department, everything where you can try to get you some assistance if you need assistance on your work. But you want to make sure you go to your classes. Like she was saying, it's going to be parties, it's going to be things that you're going to want to go to. And that's fine because we all want to go to those things. We all want to have a good time. We got to make sure that we do our work and get our grades in order. Because if you got your grades in order, it's nothing that you can't, no goal that you can't reach. It's nothing that you can't do. As long as you go to class and you make an attempt and you do what you need to do, you should be fine. I feel like all of y'all look like y'all got good potential and y'all ready. Look like y'all, like, I'm ready to get out of high school, I'm ready to go. So when you come to college, it's gonna be like a little bit different because you ain't gonna be at home with your parents and they're not gonna be telling you, hey, you gotta go to class, hey, you gotta go to school, did you go to school today? You're gonna have to make that decision on your own. So it's gonna give you a little bit more freedom. But you wanna make sure that even though your parents are not telling you to go to class and go to school, that you are going to class and you are going to school. You can go to them parties, just go a little bit later. Usually your assignments is due at 11:59, like she was saying, 11:59 p.m. So you kind of got all day to kind of get it done. Now I know if I can get it done, y'all can get it done. Because I work a full-time job, I'm a full-time student, and I'm a full-time mom. So I know y'all can get it done.
Facilities. We have 2 that's right across the road from here. One, she is not an alum of Virginia State, but she supports and she stays open in anything we need. She opens her building for us. And then we have another, which is an alum of Virginia State, and she does the same. And in the evening, when we need helps and supports, we get help from the education department, also the social work and psychology departments as well.
Okay, thank you.
So this is our arena. This is where we do most of our bigger events. This is where we do our homecoming concerts, of course. This is where the president's event will be at. So there's going to be a big stage right behind you, right there where the curtains are at. We just had Secret Service in here maybe last week to do somewhat of a walkthrough. They're going to be here multiple times as we get closer to it. This is one of the first debates where there's going to be the current president, former president, and a vice president present at the same time. So they're going to lock the campus down, especially this side of Admiral Gates. It's going to look crazy. We're not going to be here. We're going to be off that entire week because of security reasons. But we can volunteer as well. And our students, more importantly, will be a part of the debate. So that we're really looking forward to see what that looks like in the coming months. So yes, this is where we do our events at. We've had everybody from y'all like Sexy Red. Sexy Red was here last year. One of the babies, the baby, little baby, yo baby, one of the babies. They were here as well. Boosie was just here, if you're into that. Charlie from all senior citizens. I like Charlie Wilson. He was just here. Uncle Charlie, he get down. Okay? Uncle Charlie get down. Ari Lennox, Party Next Door. Max was here just this past year. We do comedy shows here as well. We had Gabriel Iglesias. We had Carlos Miller. The list goes on and on. This is where we do our events at. We have about 7 different event spaces on campus, and this is our largest one. So this is where we do the bigger ones. This is called the NPC. You can purchase tickets online. If you would like to rent out any of those box spaces or suite spaces up there, you can as well. They come at a different fee, but they offer food, beverage options, and drink options up there as well. Usually the president's booth is straight back, the biggest one in orange blue. He's never there. He usually gives up his space for alumni. He sits over there in one of those with us. So you always can take part of this, even if you don't decide to come here. You can always do this. For those who are close by to Chesapeake or Portsmouth or wherever you are in the state, this is the largest event space on this side of the state. So you're more than welcome to come for any of our events. So yeah, this is our MPC. Behind you, some of you peeked in that room earlier, that is our practice gym. So that is where the men's and women's teams practice at, but they play on this court here. Typically, we will change the space for different reasons, and it'll be a different kind of situation going on here. This is where the robotics tournament was at a week and a half ago. Also, you may see different events here, like we had a WWE wrestling match here. We had a Taco Tequila Festival here. We had a Sneaker Ball Fest here. We had, I don't know, we use it for events, right? It, like, the list goes on and on and on. We try to bring different diverse things from the community into our space. That way people from the community can join us in those different experiences. So you just don't know what you're gonna see when you walk over some days. I walked in one day, I saw they did a jacuzzi auction. I mean, it was these massive size jacuzzis that they were auctioning off, looked like pools. It was crazy. Have you ever seen a 24-person jacuzzi? I never even thought it existed. I thought jacuzzis were more like 8 and 10 people. Like, I never thought it existed, but they had them, right? And they did a different auction. So you never know what you're going to do. There was a rodeo in here one day as well. So there's different things, right? Underneath these bleachers, you can't see it from here, but behind here, when we walk out, you may see a glimpse of it. This is where our mass comm department's at. This is where our green screen room, our film studio, and our radio broadcasting station is located. So it's a classroom space behind this room. There's also a bigger size prep kitchen. We have about 8 different prep kitchens on campus that our hospitality management majors use, and also our staff as well, as far as dining services. It's a prep kitchen behind that space. You can't see it from here, but when we leave the building, you'll see a terrace that it overlooks the side of the campus, and there's a whole stuff there where you see all that light coming through in this area. Any questions so far? Y'all gotta talk to me today, okay? I can't be doing all the talking. All right. All right, I'm gonna let our student liaison and lead introduce herself for a second before we get moving.
Hi everyone, I am Isamar Kirby. I'm a criminal justice major with a pre-law concentration and a minor in Spanish. I'm also a junior here. I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia. I'll be your student liaison today. I've been giving tours since I was a freshman. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be here the whole time.
Talented. Giving tours longer than I have. All right, so before we leave, there's something that we have to do, okay? Right? So here we say Hell State. Hell State is a call to order, call to action, and sign of respect and honor. Right? So when we say, can I get a Hell State? You respond back, Hell State. Okay? Make sense? Now, we go on campus, don't embarrass me now, okay? Y'all with me, y'all my people, don't embarrass me when we go on the campus. When we yell it out, I need y'all to come with the energy, all right? Can I get a Hell State? Hell State. Can I get a Hell State? Hell State. There are other halls that are mixed in co-ed and also classification. So, yeah. And then at the same time, let's say we get down to the wire. If there's room open, you going in there, right? So a bed is a bed, right?
So what are these, the quads?
So those are the anecdotes. I'll talk about those in a second when we get to the corner. Like I said, the MPC is located in Ettrick, Virginia, technically, so you see the Gates Division. We have over 7 different gates on campus. Most of them are always locked, as you can see, but we do leave the walking paths open for different students and commuting back and forth from different parts of the campus. There's only 2 gates that stay open as far as driving on campus, and that is the one at the very back gate that you probably passed by when you saw that Jumbotron. And then there's another one at the front of campus, and technically we call the front of campus where the front lawn is located. So only 2 entrances where you can drive on campus, okay? I had a question about the buildings behind me and the ones that you can also see kind of copied behind you as well. These are Quad 1 annexes. There's 4 of them right there, 4 of them behind me, and there are additional 3 that you don't see right now. That is on the far end of campus in technically Colonial Heights, Virginia, which is next to Moore and Gateway Hall. And so these were put on campus last summer to help out with housing, right? So we have 70 beds in each of the annexes, and they're over $2 million per annex. We did not spare any expense on these things. They were really expensive. And that's where we have most of our juniors and seniors living at. We have a housing situation on campus where we have 5185 students. We recently increased when we went from 4,000 to 51 really quickly. And we had a lot of seniors that still wanted to stay on campus. And so the president didn't want to kick them out, so we try to make housing amenities for them, right? And so that's where you see them living at right now in these buildings. And so a lot of students prefer these over the traditional halls because they're easy to access and they're newer. So these are different housing options for different students on campus. I think somebody else had a question about only in the residence halls? No? Okay, all right. Yes? Great question. If you do it on time, you get a room. A lot of students don't do it on time. And so, like, for example, for current students, it opens up in, I want to say, March or April? March. Opens up for current students in March, right? So they think about it. They have from March to June to do an application, right? And they say, hey, July 1, hey, you know what? I do want to stay on campus. We're like, really? You waited 3-4 months to tell us that you want to stay on campus now. Now we got to find a space for you. And so we definitely don't want housing to be any barrier for graduation, right? Or just matriculation period. So we're going to find room for you. That's why we purchased, I told you earlier, that we purchased a 400-bed apartment right a mile down the road. So we have additional housing for students. We have 5185 students as far as full-time on campus. How many do you think we house? What percentage do you think we house on campus? 80%. 80%. Nobody else does that. That is unheard of. Most people house maybe like 50, 60%, 70 max. We house over 80% of our students, right? So we have to work out with the community how to get these students in other properties off campus when it comes to their senior or junior years. That's later down the line. We're working on building housing across the river. As you'll see the second when we go to the top of the campus, we're going to bring out some law spaces and kind of take those over. What you see here to our right, this is the quads. This is, on my right, your left. These are quads 1 and 2. Quad 1 is only for honors students, so you get awarded a certain scholarship. Provost Presidential Student Scholarship, automatically get out over the honor students. Also, home to our debate club or debate team, and a lot of other students are here as far as. So this is kind of mixed, right? You asked a question earlier about mixed housing. So like this is where you have different freshmen staying with juniors, staying with seniors. So it can just depend on where you're at in your classification. We also have something here called LLCs, which means living learning community. This is where you're housed with people that are kind of like-minded, right? So we have a first-gen living community. We have a diversity, equity, inclusion living community. We have a male leadership in living community. We have a pre-med, a pre-law living community. So you have an option. When you fill out the application, you can select certain criteria. If you would like to be opt into that LLC, you will be housed with people that are going the same direction as you. Okay? Yes?
Are we able to see a dorm room or no?
Good, great question. You are not allowed to see dorm rooms or any, we call them residence halls, because it's a liability. We cannot have people coming in and out of their rooms all times of the day. Now, we do open them up during open house, right? Anybody know what open house is?
It was a couple weeks.
It was a couple weeks ago, yes. Why were y'all there?
We were, but we had to leave.
You had to leave. Okay, I got it. So, yes, open houses when we do open up every building and every hall on campus, so you can get that intimate feeling of a private tour. But if you would like to, you can go online at our private tour. Our campus tour online to look at the different residence halls. Now, just because you look at a hall like Seward Hall doesn't mean you're going to be staying in Seward Hall. So you kind of like need to look at almost all of them if you wanted to. But it lets you know, it gives you to feel the different dimensions of those rooms. We're also doing this year overnight orientation. So you get to stay on campus overnight with us. Now, parents cannot stay with us because they act up. Parents act up. Can't stay. Try telling a 48-year-old man what to do. It don't work out well. So we are allowing the freshmen to come in this year to stay overnight for us for a day to handle their affairs, have fun, build community, and just have a peaceful orientation.
When is that?
Orientation is all in the summer. So we have 7 different orientation sessions. 7 different orientation sessions this summer. The easiest way to look at it is to just Google it, DSU orientation, and all the dates will come up. We haven't opened up registration just yet because we want to make sure that everybody commits first, right? A lot of people try to do orientation after they get admitted without doing the other processes. So we kind of put in like little hurdles in place so that way one thing can be doing for the next thing. Great questions though. Yes.
Are you behind in housing if you haven't committed yet?
No, not at all. Not at all. The priority deadline is May 1st. That's really a national deadline for most universities and institutions. That's May 1st, right? That's the enrollment deposit, right? The housing application priority is June 15th, right? So you do have like a 45 day before the next commitment. However, when it comes to freshmen, you can still do things later on in July or August at the latest, but then of course you are not priority at that point, right? So you do have time, but just not a lot. Yeah. Great question. All right, so we're gonna move into the campus. Okay, let's go. We're going up that way.
Okay, so this is Memorial Hall, aka the hospital on campus. One of my favorite things about Memorial Hall is that they have a counseling/therapy center. So you can get 8 free sessions of therapy here. They also do yoga on the top floor as well. They also have many support groups like anger, stress, grief. You could get stitches here, crutches here, all sorts of testing. They also have resources for you off campus as well if the situation is a little more serious. And so yeah.
And there's a women's health clinic behind here. So you need a private appointment, you can schedule a private appointment behind the building, and there's a clinic. Also, I just found out this past February they have group counseling sessions, right? So they have a grief counseling, a men's counseling session, a women's counseling, diversity counseling group, right? So they do their different meetups in different residence halls on campus.
campus. Oh wait, I forgot something. Sorry. We also have like Trojan Wellness Days. So we have days where classes are canceled campus-wide, multiple times throughout the semester for mental health, stress relief, and just to give students and faculty a break. So we've been nationally recognized for that as well. Yeah, and they also just had a mental health awareness fair, I think either earlier this week or last week on the app.
That was us for domestic violence.
Okay.
Yeah. So the SCJ, which means Student Government Association, these are students that kind of run the campus in a way. They, from a political standpoint, they went to the president to petition for 5 days, or not 5 days, they petitioned for mental health days. So the president gave them 5 days. So that means every semester, there's 5 days that you get just off, right? So like, for example, it may just be a random Tuesday, a random Thursday, and you will have that entire day off. And so they may bring in a class for paint and sip. They may bring in like people to do molding clay. They may bring in they brought in like massage therapists all the time. Dogs, so you can play with dogs. Just to kind of release and just have a stress-free day on campus. So like that way, there's no classes, no work happening. Everybody just has a free day in a way. And they do that, like I said, 5 times a semester. Also in this building is student success engagement. So you mentioned, sorry, not you mentioned, but Tamika Johnson spoke to you earlier about C Campus. All the student success and engagement offices are located in this building as well. So anybody that needs like any type of medical, mental, physical support or emotional support is held in this building. Behind you is the library. It is not your average library. The first, or actually the basement level, is dedicated to the post office. So you get anything from your machine supplies, sitting here, your Amazon stuff, refrigerators. All that stuff can be shipped down to the post office. So let's say for those who are coming from far out of the state, a lot of the parents, they bring just what they want to bring in a car, and everything else they get is shipped here. So you can do that at the post office. On the other side of that is our IT department. Still in the basement, and on the first and second and third floors are going to be more of your meeting rooms and spaces. The second floor is dedicated to ACE, Academic Center for Excellence. This is where all the academic advisors are located. Also, any writing labs, tutoring services, peer mentors, all the academic help that you need support is on that second floor. They do different events where they, what do you call this, silent headphone parties, right? Yeah. In the library, so that way people just walk around with headphones on whatever tune they want to set on, and just usually bring like 2 or 3 DJs so that you switch whatever wavelength you want to listen to. They also hold other events in there. They give out free T-shirts, things like that, to get students, help them to get registered for classes. This is where you get like your advisor's kind of pretty much like your high school counselor, right? How you go to them for help with classes and matriculating or changing majors. That happens on the second floor.
They also
So as we begin to move up towards the top of campus, we'll see the rest of it in a second, but we're going to move quickly towards the top of campus. You'll see the buildings get older, right? So remember that we're moving from Ettrick to Colonial Heights into Petersburg, okay? So you'll see like this is where the buildings, like I said, we're a little older. The brick is still a little different, and these buildings are going to be some of the original buildings when the campus was first created in 1882. Okay. Any questions before you transition? Yes, ma'am.
I know you said freshmen can't bring cars, but what about transfers?
Yes, they can. They can. Yes, they can. Usually it depends on credits, right? Because sometimes people transfer in, but they're also still freshmen. Right. So it usually depends on credits. As long as you're bringing a certain amount of credit hours, you can. I think it's 30. 30.
And if you guys have any questions on student life, organizations, study abroad, internships, I'll be happy to answer those.
Yes. Does everybody understand what study abroad means?
Yeah.
What's it mean? What's study abroad? Studying
abroad. Studying out of the country.
Studying out of the country, right? And so we make up any excuse to do that, okay? We have students just got back from Ghana this year. We go to Morocco every year, and we have people in Mexico and New Zealand right now.
Yeah, I went to Morocco last year.
Morocco. Yeah. I've never been to Morocco.
It was great. I think it was like almost 3 weeks. I didn't really want to do a program that was a month and a half. I wanted to still be able to study abroad and have an internship. So I did that via the Honors College. It was very affordable. Mine was completely free. So
that is pretty affordable.
Is studying abroad for only certain majors?
No. So I'm a criminal justice major. Well, it depends on the program. So like the students that went to Rome, they were there for STEM and studying in a certain lab that they had over there. For Morocco, it was just a culturally immersive experience. Some of my friends are accounting majors, some of them were business. We all went on the same trip. So it's really just through the honors college. And if you go to like the interest meetings and things of that nature, you'll be fine. And then we also have an office of international education as well, and they do scholarships too.
Now, you could be in a certain organization and go abroad, right? For example, our gospel choir went to the Vatican to sing for the Pope. So, like, that could be another opportunity to go abroad, but not necessarily within a college. It could be for an organization, right? Our band, there's a lot of different recruitment activities. They went this year. In 1 week, they went from here to Alabama to Texas, and then up to DC, and in New York for the U.S. News show, and then back to DC to perform at the White House in 1 week, right? So like that was a lot of traveling, right? And so we also do study away. Yeah, study away is studying within the U.S. soil, but just in another place. And so we have people in Texas and in Seattle, Washington. I don't want to study in Seattle, Washington. It rains all the time there. But if you want to check out the other side of the U.S., that would be another opportunity for you to do so.
We also have students that study abroad with the CIEE. So like my friend, for example, she got accepted into a program, the Frederick Douglass program, where you go away for a semester, but you're going to multiple countries. So she studied abroad for a whole semester. I also had a friend that joined the program with Oxford, which you can go over there and study as well for a whole semester too. So there's a lot of opportunities. If you guys want information on that, or internships, orgs, you can ask. We have over 100 orgs.
So as you're exploring your opportunities for education, not just Virginia State, make sure you're asking questions about amenities, right? You want to make sure that they have multiple amenities that you can, because what your interests are now in your freshman year will be different in your junior and your senior year, right? You want to make sure that you're able to kind of shop around and experience different amenities. Okay. All right, so let's move. We're going up this way.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes.
I was just asking, like, is the abroad only like retreats, or is it also like I can like study, like she said, with what did you say? You can study for a whole semester. What was it?
Yeah, so I'll touch a little bit about Morocco. So Morocco, we stayed in 3 different cities, and we stayed in 2 different villages. So we stayed in one in the desert and one in the mountains. And while we were there, we were learning about languages, we were learning about the way of life, things of that nature. And then we also met like activists as well that fought for like women's rights and things of that nature. They told us about our journeys, and we took a class as well on it.
I was saying, like, can I get my normal credits, but in another country, but still be in VSU?
I believe so, if you do a semester.
Yeah, okay. We would either give you a credit from us directly or a credit from that university. Now, you can also study at a different university for the entire semester if that's what you want to do. And then, of course, we wouldn't allow you to do that unless credits are transferable back here, right? But yes, you can do that as well.
And you can get credits for studying abroad too.
Within this residential hall, which is Quad 1, it also houses our honors college. So within our honors college, it's for our incoming freshmen. It's how you initially qualify. Our provost and presidential scholars are those students who qualify, and they automatically are placed in this housing. But within the honors college, you have opportunities for leadership opportunities. They do several leadership conferences. We have a great partnership with Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Also within the Honors College, we have international education, and within international education, the opportunity for our students to study abroad. So they can do at least 1 week, they can go for 3 weeks, they can go for a semester, they can study away. So a lot of the times we provide financial assistance so that our students don't have to pay for it and it doesn't come out of pocket. To qualify as a freshman for our honors college, you must have the credentials of provost or presidential. So that's at least, just optional, at least a 3.5 GPA. Have taken at least 2 AP, IB, or dual enrollment courses with a letter grade of B or higher, or be in the top 25 percentile of your class, or be valedictorian of student union. For our presidential scholarship, you must have at least a 3.75 GPA, have taken at least 3 AP, IB, or dual enrollment courses, or be in the top 15 percentile of your class, or be valedictorian of student union. So any of those combinations with test optional will qualify you for provost or presidential. We also have honors college requirements if you decide to take the SAT and or ACT. So this building is Memorial Hall. It is our health services department. So in the basement area, we have doctors as well as nurse practitioners here on staff. So if any of our students were to get sick, they can come in. If they need to get some type of testing, such as COVID testing, we will provide that service as well. If it's something that's more serious, we would suggest to the students to either contact their primary care physician or direct them to the emergency room or urgent care. Also within this building, we have our Students with Accessibilities office. If any of our students need special accommodations, they can submit the correct documentation so that they can see if their particular needs can be assisted with, such as we have students here who may need a longer time to take a test, or perhaps we have note takers for students who need additional assistance with their classes. And then we also have, if you have any special accommodations or needs within the residential halls, you would also submit it to that department. We also have our counseling center is located in here. We're really big and really heavy on mental health and wellness. Our students have an opportunity to schedule 8 appointments per semester to speak with a counselor. The university has 2 Trojan Health and Wellness Days, 2 days per semester. During that time frame, the students do not have classes, but we do provide activities on campus for them to just kind of relax and kind of collect their thoughts and maybe just chill so they can work on their homework. We may have sip and paint, we may have yoga, we may have masseuses come in for massages, any of those type of activities. So those 2 buildings are Branch Hall and Howard Hall. They are our freshman traditional female residential halls. So for our students, traditional halls are, there's typically 2 students in a room, and they have to share their bathroom with their hallmates. So I tell students the good thing about that is that housekeeping comes periodically throughout the day to make sure that the residential halls are clean, versus a suite style when the 2 students who are roommates, they have to make sure that their own restrooms are clean. So these are 2 of our freshman female residential halls. So this is Johnson Memorial Library. This is our 2nd floor of the library. It's our academic center for excellence. On this floor, it houses our TRIO and SSS program. We also have our strategic learning departments, and we have our peer mentors as well as our academic advising for our freshmen and sophomores. So typically when a new student comes in, they will get an academic advisor, and they will create their schedule for them during orientation or prior to them coming in the fall. They'll meet with their academic advisor periodically throughout the semester, the fall in October, and again in the spring in March. And then after that, they should be able to know how to create their schedule. Also on this floor, we have our transfer services department and our VCAN department, which is for our Virginia students. It's our Virginia College Affordability Network.
What are the hours to the library, you know?
Typically during the day, it's 8 to 5. Saturdays is 10 to 4, but they do have extended hours past 11. I said 8 to 5, sorry. 8 to 11, but they do have certain days when they're open till 1 or 2 a.m. for our students.
Like finals and...
Like finals, midterms, things of that nature, yes. So this is the back of our engineering and technology building. Of course, it's home to our College of Engineering and Technology, and it has majors such as computer science, computer engineering, mechanical engineering technology, mechanical engineering, information and logistics, and electrical engineering. So this is the lobby of our engineering and technology building. What you're currently looking at is one of our race cars. Our seniors always have a senior project, and they have the option of tweaking to make our race cars better. or they can pick a different senior project. So this is one that we've had, and we've raced it actually within our local raceway, Richmond International Raceway. And then we also have drones that our students have worked on as well. This is the elevator here. Fun fact about the elevator was that it was designed by students. This is one of the auditoriums located here in the engineering building. It's not necessarily for engineering students. Anyone could probably have a class in here, such as a history class, freshman studies course, biology course, any type of course in here. It seats about 120 students. So this is one of our larger size classrooms.
What is your average size classroom?
So our average size classroom is about 35 to 40 seats in a room. Our average student class size will be 20 to 1 for the number of students that we typically have in a class with the professor. So this is Jones Dining Hall. This is one of our 2 cafeterias here on campus. Our students have a variety to choose from. We have a buffet line. They have sandwiches, pizza, salads. We have vegetarian and vegan options. Every Wednesday is Fried Chicken Wednesday. Every Friday is Fried Fish Friday. So I always suggest that our students, that you get here early, because at 11 o'clock it's going to be a line outside the cafeteria.
So how do you have points and things that you can eat with, or?
So our students have a meal plan. They typically start with a 19 meal plan, which is 3 meals a day, Monday through Friday, and then they have 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. And then if students feel that that's too much, they can reduce it down to a smaller one. So they have 14. They also have 9 that they can choose from. Our students also get flex dollars. Flex dollars give them the ability to utilize Chick-fil-A and Subway that's located in Foster Hall, our student. So they do have options. And then we have another cafeteria across campus, which is Gateway Dining and Event Center. This building is Storm Hall. It currently houses our alumni relations and our institutional advancement. But this is the oldest building on campus. It was the first president's residence here on the campus of Virginia State University. This is Virginia Hall. This is the administration building. So our president's office is located on the 3rd floor. Our provost's office is located on the 2nd floor. And we have business offices on the 1st floor and the basement, such as human resources, as well as payroll. This building is significant to our students because if they were to get a job here on campus with any of our departments, they would need to know how to take care of their business, such as going to human resources and to go to payroll in order to know where to get their funds from. On the opposite side of the building is Anderson Turner Auditorium. It's an auditorium that seats about 900, and it is utilized for a lot of our workshops, some of our conferences, and some of our student events, such as we're having a student organization award, and they may have our Mr. and Miss VSU pageant is also held in this building. So this residential hall here is Langston Hall. It is named after one of our former presidents, John Mercer Langston, who was the uncle to Langston Hughes. Fun fact. But within this building, it is our living learning community for our engineering and technology students. It is co-ed, and it is by floors. So our females are on the 1st and 3rd, and our male are on the 2nd and 4th. Next we have Seward Hall is in the front, and then behind it is Williams Hall. Those are both freshman male traditional residential halls. They are traditional to their community style, meaning 2 people in a room, and then they share the bathroom with their homies. This building is Davis Hall. Davis Hall is our music building. So for all of our music majors, it's also home to our nationally renowned Virginia State University Gospel Chorale, our Trojan Explosion Marching Band, our concert choir, as well as our jazz ensemble. This is Gandy Hall. This is our Student Services Center. On the first floor is our financial aid office. Also on the first floor is our registrar's office for students who may need to inquire about their class schedules or may need to withdraw from a class. In the basement, we have our student accounts department as well as our cashiers department if students need to find out about account balance. We also have our Trojan card department located in here. All of our students receive a Trojan ID card upon coming to the university, and if you need to get it replaced for any such reason, you would come to this building. On the second floor, it's home to our fashion majors, textile, apparel, merchandising management, and on the third floor, it's home to our hospitality management students who specialize in culinary arts. We have an M&M restaurant located on the third floor, and it is student ran. Every Monday and Wednesday, our students come up with a menu and provide an opportunity for our faculty, staff, and students to stop by and try some of their new recipes. This is our university bookstore. It houses some of our books from some of our professors. It also has any technology accessories that you may need, Virginia State University paraphernalia, and as well as any snacks or things that you may need if you're in a rush and you can't get to the store.
Hi, man. My name is Steve Sekapin. I'm a computer science major. I'm from Cameroon. I just moved out to Virginia State last year. I'm a freshman.
My name is Bradley Hester. I'm a computer science major, and I'm from DC.
My name is Timu Zuchuku. I'm a freshman computer science major, and I'm from here, Petersburg, Virginia.
What made you come here?
First of all, is the infrastructure. Back home, they didn't have like good infrastructure and good study learning, and a lot of opportunities. The first thing, when I get a scholarship through RIDE, I moved down here. That was my first option. Yeah.
I heard they had a good computer science program here. I was also able to get a good amount of scholarship money here, so that was a big part of it.
I'm also here for scholarship money. I play basketball here as well.
You guys have high GPAs?
Yeah. I got a 3.5.
3.4.
3.1.
What are the 3 most positive things you could say about Virginia State?
The people here, like the people I've met here, some of the opportunities I've gotten.
It's good to have some good teacher, good professor that basically like guide us to our learning, to our understanding, and they also have some extra capacity there just in case if you have struggles in some subjects, everything that can help you, assist you to get some good grade, good GPA.
Yeah, I would also say with professors, just getting to know them, they could help you with internships, getting extra money in your pockets.
Okay. 3 things that need improvement.
For me, the only thing that needs improvement is the food.
Yeah, that's
it's the food.
The food, I think is nice. I feel like the living conditions, they're not bad. They could be a little better, but you know.
Communication good?
Yeah, communication is good.
For me, it's alright. I can't complain too much.
I know you guys are men, but do you feel safe here?
I do.
Yeah,
I feel safe.
If you were a girl, do you think you would feel safe?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't speak on that because I'm not.
No, I get that.
So I can't say too much.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. Thank you. Were you really not going to talk about that?
This is Foster Hall. This is our student union. It's probably the hub where our students hang out the most. Within this building, we have our Trojans Activities Board, which is comprised of students who create a plethora of events for our students to participate in throughout the year. Also, we have our Student Government Association and our Royal Court. Our offices are located in this building. We have our Student Conduct office is located in this building. Career Services is located here. We start our students off coming in as freshmen, making sure that they work on their cover letter as well as their resume. We have several expos throughout the semester, and they're by colleges so that our students can meet individuals and companies so they can gain insightful resources, internships, and job opportunities. Also, within this building, we have a gaming room, and then we have an eatery in this building. We have Chick-fil-A.
Tell me about Divine Nine.
So here on campus, we have all of the Divine Nine Greek fraternities and sororities. We have the lovely ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We have Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We have Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and we have Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. We also have the men of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay, what's homecoming like?
Homecoming is, I would say it's a vibe. It's a culmination of fun, it's history, it's traditions, it's all of the things. So for our students who are on campus, it's an opportunity for them to have a good time and participate in a lot of activities, but it's also an opportunity for them to see alums to come back on campus and to either attend a workshop or perhaps a panel discussion to learn how alums have gone out and they come back and how they're doing. The football game, it's so packed with so many people, and then we also have tailgating during homecoming week as well. So it's a week of activities.
During normal circumstances, what is there for the kids to do outside of what's going on in here? So I know the days of dances are over, but some schools have food trucks, some schools have different things, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we typically do have food trucks here throughout the week. We have food trucks. We have over 100 plus student organizations, so there's always activities that are going on down University Avenue, whether that's a student doing a community service activity, or perhaps they are doing a particular organization so they can raise funds. There's always things to do. We also have forums. Our students have forums. We do have what they call gym jams. So they do have socials here on campus. And then they also have other activities that they participate in throughout the semester. So there's always something fun for them to participate in as well as academics.
All right, fun fact.
Okay, so fun fact about Virginia State University, we are home of the Trojans, and there's a Trojan head here located in the front of Foster Hall, and there's also 2 more on the corner. But the fun fact is, if you step on the Trojan head, our students believe that they will not graduate on time, and to redeem themselves, they need to run through the fountain of knowledge.
Which would be, supposedly,
it would be over here where the Greater Happens Here sign is, but it's currently down due to our construction. So this is Singleton Hall. It is home to our Reginald F. Lewis College of Business. It's for all of our business majors who major in marketing, finance, business management. It is named after Reginald F. Lewis. He's a graduate of Virginia State University, and he was the first African American to have a billionaire food corporation. Within this building, we also have on the 3rd floor, we have a area for our students who, if they need business clothes, they've been donated to, so that our students here on campus can be professionally dressed, because every Wednesday, our business students are required to dress professionally. This is Gateway. It's one of our upperclassmen residential clubs here. It's usually for our juniors and seniors. Some of our sophomores stay here as well. It's 2 individuals in a room, and then they share a bathroom in their room. Okay, this is Gateway Dining and Event Center. This is our second cafeteria here on campus. Again, we have buffet style eating for our students, but we also have various stations. So there's a pancake station, there's a hibachi station, there's a vegan station, there's a Italian station, and then they also have a Chipotle type station. So.
I can now.
September, and then we got a new turf field last year. Our multi-purpose building. It was built in 2016. Within this building, it's our arena that we utilize. It seats approximately 6,100 individuals. It's also home to our mass communications department, our athletics department, and our welcome center.